So now we're back recording again. In August, I took my RV in for the Norcold recall that I'm pretty sure everybody's heard about. If not, you should go to norcold.com and go through the information. Any of you that have had these absorption refrigerators know that they're quite lovely to work with. Some people swear by them and some people swear at them, and I'm in the camp that swears at them. I've done everything to this thing that I can think of. It works on AC fairly well. It doesn't work on propane very well. One of the things I found out, as you can see, they've had it to the dealer because they've been frustrated, and apparently the dealer's been really frustrated too. The guy that had this before me took it in, actually gave me a credit because they had problems with this. Is a 4-door 1200 LRIM Norcold. And as you can see, they were having so much fun. They never bothered putting the IC board cover back on it. This is a drain for your refrigerator. So, you know, if you get any condensation on the coils up there, it comes down to a little cup in here. And so they thought it was a good idea to leave that off too, so that if you had any water draining on that, it'd blow over all of these electronics here. My view of RV dealerships is pretty low. I try to do everything I can myself, but Norcold would not let me put in the recall. This is the recall solution. It snaps up here. You see it's got a clip. Snaps up here on this pipe. Then they take the hot wire off over here. They run it through their hot wire here and then back out here, so that this controls turning the refrigerator on and off. And then they cut the insulation out and they put this thing on a boiler tube. Well, the reason you're looking at all this pulled off is because this was put on in August. I took a 4,000 mile trip with it, helped to see my brother, and he's in northern Wisconsin, almost into Canada. And then if you've ever heard of RV Share, I'll put the link on here. I got a bright idea to try to defer some of my costs of the RV by renting it out. And one thing they forget to tell you is that your insurance company will look at it as an Airbnb, and then you pay commercial insurance. So besides the renter paying an exorbitant fee for insurance, which covers up to $1 million liability, which is like commercial insurance, their insurance covering it, and me having insurance on it, my insurance company said that they will pull my insurance and require me to get a commercial policy, which would cost me more than both my cars, my house, and the RV to insure right now for the chance at renting it. So I'm not doing that anymore. That's just a quick shout out on that type of using your RV for an Airbnb. You might want to look into it because my insurance company was going to drop me. So anyway, they took it to California. I got the thing back, and the refrigerator is not working. So in 2 months, well, maybe 3, this recall from Norcold no longer works. If I bypass it, the refrigerator will work. If I leave it in line, it won't work. Doing some research, they said that there's a reed switch up in here, and if you pass the magnet over, it'll reset it. Well, that doesn't do it. There is a relay down here, and this relay kicks off. But if I plug the refrigerator in and bypass this, it works fine. This is where they pulled the insulation off, and they had it installed on the boiler tube. You see, these are the 2 heater tubes right here, and then there's a boiler tube back there. So now I have to figure out what I wanted to do originally when I was taking this in for the recall, because I had to take it to an unnamed dealer. I won't mention who the RV dealer was. Aloha. So when I took it in there and explained the situation, I told them I wanted to put a ARPrv control in, and they said that Norcold, now this is what the service manager told me, is that he talked to Norcold, and Norcold said it would void the warranty. If you go to their website, ARPrvs.com's website, it says right in there that it doesn't void their warranty, and they've talked to Norcold. See, Norcold tried to do a patent but Paul had already had the patent, so they couldn't. So his device actually works better than this, but you're supposed to, you can put them in series or in line, whatever you call it. So now I'm back to square one. This piece of crap doesn't work. The solution I was told would be to, I called a dealer that is unnamed, Aloha, and he said that service manager said that Norcold knows they have a problem with these recalls. I can take it back to the shop. They will do the diagnostics that Norcold requires, and if Norcold decides that they're going to redo this, they'll redo it. If not, they're going to charge me. Well, I didn't want to spend my time taking it in there to begin with. I wanted to put on the ARPrv control to begin with, and so that's what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to pause this thing and I'll tell you a little bit about fires and fire extinguishers. One of the depressing things about this whole Norcold recall thing, this is, and I'll probably have to shut the camera off again to get it go the other way, but I'll give you a picture of the ARPrv kit that I'm going to install, but I was outside looking at it when I was showing you the Norcold. And one of the reasons I don't want to do this job to begin with is this refrigerator, which I'm going to have to stop this thing and restart it for you. This refrigerator is a 4-door and it weighs 235 pounds. And some of my previous videos, I'm not gonna go through the whole time of everything I've done with this refrigerator, but besides the RV dealer, several RV dealers working on this POS, and myself, one of the reasons I didn't want to get involved with this is, well, I don't want to spend $1,000. I'm retired. I don't really want to spend $1,000 and put a commercial refrigerator in. One of the reasons these are residential. One of these reasons these refrigerators are so popular is they have a low amperage draw. So if you're boondocking, you have some LP and some battery power, and you can go for a while and have a refrigerator. So that's the nice part about it. The bad part about it is I haven't got this thing working right. It works fine on AC, it doesn't work well on LP, and I can't find anything wrong. I've had it out. I have a video on it. You take these caps off, you take the screws off, that comes out down the side. It weighs 235 pounds. It takes up the whole hallway, and then you got to try to work on it. You know, so I'm gonna have to put the jacks down, take the slide out, pull this out, and even to get this ARPrv recall in, I got to pull a refrigerator out. I'm not too happy about that. And we're taking off in a week. The other thing I did to try to help it cool is I put in an aftermarket fan in here to help circulate the air in the refrigerator. I don't know if I did a video on that, but the idea is to get rid of hot spots. And I also put in one of these, it's an indoor-outdoor thermometer, and I have it actually clamped onto the fins there, so it gives me an idea where the fins are at. These things aren't fully automatic. You know, if you have big temperature changes like this time of year, where it gets around here, it's getting down to like 25 degrees at night and 50 degrees during the day, and I was using this thing even on AC, I'd have to turn it so it's colder during the day, so in other words, turn it up so it chills more, and then at night I have to turn it back the other way. I have to turn it down, which actually makes it warmer, you know, lower numbers, because otherwise it's going to get too cold at night. So you're constantly fiddling with them. They're not as fully automatic. I think that's the reason a lot of RV dealers are now going to residential refrigerators. So now I get to have the joy all over again of pulling this out. Done it once already, but you know, I just assume that a little do-it-yourselfer like me doesn't know as much as a big company like Norcold or these RV dealerships, but they both leave a lot to be desired in my book. Okay, now I got the 4 screws out of the top and the bottom, and you notice it's got like a foil around it, so because of its weight it's hard to move. And what I have is I got a couple pieces of scrap. If you watched my other video, you saw me use these before, so I'm going to slide these underneath here to give it a better area. So I can put these in like this and flip them, and it's kind of like those slidey shoes you buy at the store for moving furniture. It helps.